Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to today's video. We're doing another one on toxic dysfunctional families. So this video is about moving past the conflict. We're going to see what comes up, what messages Spirit has in store for us. So for group one, we have Golden Healer Quartz and Alive. May you delight in vitality. For group two, we have this Pyrite and Persist. May your ripples build the swell. Group three is Joy and the Citrine. May you pursue what lights you up. And for group four, we have Chalcopyrite and Journey. May you seek adventure. So go ahead and select your pile and I'll see you in your reading. Hi group one, and welcome to your reading. Those of you who picked this Golden Healer Quartz, this is your reading on moving past the conflict in your toxic family. So moving past the conflict. So first of all, there is obviously a lot of conflict, otherwise you probably wouldn't be here. You see that with this 8 of Wands and these firecrackers. Too much going on, stress caused by many positive opportunities, unexpected events or rapid changes, the ability to multitask, business travel. So, you know, with this card, I'm just picking up a lot of, I'm just like thinking firecrackers, you know, maybe there's some firecracker type personalities in your family that just kind of go off. And it's just like this very explosive, thing that happens. And it's very stressful. It's very stressful because I'm just picking up on you are someone who is very empathic. Right here, we have the Chameleon card in reverse, but this comes from the Empath Oracle. And then here we also have Lightworker Starseed. Serve the world by being you and double mission. So, you know, I'm getting this energy that you are a very peaceful person. Here we also have the Page of Cups. Sensitive, open-hearted, inexperienced, moody. Messages regarding relationships, new emotional experiences, a romantic encounter, social invitations, or events, heightened psychic abilities. Anyway, I'm just picking up a lot of water here. We have new moon in Pisces, attuned to the divine, new moon in Cancer in reverse. You and your loved ones are safe. With Alive, we also have more water. So I'm just getting a lot of water energy, a lot of sensitivity, a lot of empathy, things like that. And also social intelligence. There's a level of intelligence with this dolphin that I'm picking up with you, and knowing how to maneuver in certain settings. And so the advice here with moving past the conflict, so this is really about you, right, in your life and moving forward. So with this 50 card, right? So here again, another indicator of conflict. And this chameleon, so you see here how this chameleon blends into his environment. And so because this is in reverse, I'm really picking up that, you know, I could see how, because you are so empathetic and you are very socially intelligent, and it's almost like, you know, it's like I'm getting this thing of like, you know how to blend into your environment. You know how to not stand out too much with the 6 of Wands in reverse, right? Like, you know how to do that, how to not rock the boat, how to keep things peaceful. And you're a person who values peace, right? But with this message is like, that we're getting here is how to move past it is like, you know, part of you moving on has to do with no longer blending in to your environment, as difficult as that may be, regardless of the backlash. And that isn't to say that you should put yourself in a dangerous situation or anything like that. What I'm referring to more here is here at this card came out across double mission, Lightworker Starseed, serve the world by being you. So there is this need to stand out and to be yourself and to allow yourself to be who you are. Whatever gift that you may have within you is going to require, and it's going to be unique, right? There's, you know, I'm also like I'm picking up a healer here. You picked the golden healer quartz. So I'm taking this in two ways. So one is that this process of stepping into the truth of who you are and allowing yourself to stand out, even during times when others may not like it, others may disapprove of it, others may, um, you know, it's just going to make you uncomfortable, you know, to stand out. Um, so, man, I just lost my train of thought with this healer card. There's no card. Oh my God. I just feel, yeah, I just almost felt a frozen feeling. I think that maybe there's a lot of fear around, you know, because now I'm being drawn to you and your loved ones are safe, new moon in Cancer, and it's in reverse. So maybe you have fears around your family. Maybe there's certain individuals in your family that you feel like you're leaving behind or that you're going to have to disconnect from, or something along those lines. I don't know, I'm not picking it up very clearly, but the message here, in order for you to move past the conflict, is to recognize that you're not just here to live an ordinary life. You're not just here to, you know, because with a double mission, I mean, we're all here to grow, spiritually, for our souls to grow, and we're put through different scenarios and situations in order for that to occur. And with the double mission, there's also, for you, is like you're also experiencing that, but you're also having another mission in order to serve the collective in some way. And that's where your success is going to lie. And that's where you need to step out of this blending in, right? And, you know, it's like I'm getting with this alive, may you delight in vitality, is to really get out there and go with the flow. Again, there's a lot of water here, right? So, again, healer. So you're a healer, but then you also need healing. And I almost feel like the healing that you experience and that you go through, and you're going to figure out a way to heal, is what I'm getting, as you go through this process of being more of yourself and facing what comes. And I'm just feeling a lot of water energy, as I said. And so there's this need to go out there and discover what makes you happy, what fills your cup, what brings you joy, what you enjoy to do. Be around people that, you know, you see this dolphin here just playing around. Like, these are very, very intelligent beings, but they just know how to have fun, and they know how to do it with other people. And I feel like that's part of the healing I'm feeling with you, you know, with her cup overflowing. So like being open to these new experiences and, you know, getting out there to see what it is that you enjoy doing that's going to bring you into flow, because this card is coming out right below this butterfly and emerging. Take the leap of faith. You know, put yourself out there, try new things, try to get into flow, see what you like, see what you enjoy, spend time near water. I feel like there's this heavy, there's like water cleanses you. You know, I'm even getting like, you know, when you shower, like set your intention when you shower with the water that's as it washes over you. Like it could have very healing properties with you. I don't know what other type of work you can do around water and healing. Or with intention setting. And you know, I'm thinking about like, you know, energizing your water with your affirmations and putting it on the windowsill for the moon to activate it, and then drinking that water and making those affirmations, you know, because this is definitely something that is going to help you move forward, because I feel like your healing is going to be tied to the collective healing at some point. But it's like this is a process that really begins with you um, awakening. You see here how she's, and I get this feeling of like with her eyes closed is like you're gonna awaken. It's like you're awakening by resting. Like, how do I explain that? So it's like an awakening through meditation, an awakening through the dream state and through messages that are coming through in your dreams. So it's like this oxymoron in a way, especially with alive and reverse. It's like getting messages while you're asleep, you know, because I'm getting this as a very intuitive, and especially with the water here, with, you know, this psychic, like you're going to intuitively know how to heal yourself. You're going to be guided on how to heal yourself and how to move past this. But the first step is to really put yourself out there, to go with the flow, find what brings you life, what brings you vitality, what brings you joy, and go with that, you know, and validate yourself with this Six of Wands. You see here how he's recognizing her. With this in reverse, I'm getting this right now is, you know, recognizing yourself, validating yourself, validating what makes your cup overflow, telling yourself that your family is going to be fine, you know, for now, right? Because I'm getting like a situation for some of you where it's like maybe you have a little sister or a younger cousin or somebody else that you feel like you worry about, you know, being in this environment, and them also being very sensitive, and you know, you have like this connection with them and this feeling of like, are they gonna be okay? And I'm just getting there's this sense of like fear around that or something around that, and it's sort of blocking you in some way, and it's blocking your chakras in some way. And like part of me wants to reassure you in some way, but it's like I'm being told not to reassure you, because right now that's still putting your energy and focus in on the conflict, and what you're meant to do is to start to focus on you and what fills you up, right? And there's a difference between, and now I want to highlight, because I'm getting with this dolphin and this chameleon, they're both they know how to maneuver in their environment, right? Or with like other social, like with a dolphin, it's they're very socially intelligent, like they know how to maneuver in a light way, a playful way. You know, like they like prioritize, I feel, I mean, I don't know what goes through their minds, but it's like, to me, I feel like they prioritize like this lightheartedness, you know, even though they are very, very intelligent and they are very aware, you know, and I feel like you are a person that has very heightened psychic abilities and is very aware of your surroundings, and that is why you're so empathic, you know, and that's very different from a chameleon who protects themselves by blending in. So like these are very different approaches to like social situations, and I feel like you're being asked to be more like a dolphin, you know. Yeah, that's what I'm getting with this. So I hope and this is gonna take time, right? You know, with the Seven of Pentacles, this is gonna take time for you. It's gonna take effort. It's gonna take work, and it's gonna take time for this to grow, right? And with the shovel, I feel like maybe you're at the beginning of this, where it's like now you're just shoveling, you're uprooting certain things, which is stress, which is conflict, and that's all you're asked to do. The rest, like the growth aspect of it, is gonna be done by spirit and the divine, right? So long as you go get into flow with it. But again, there's a lot of water here, a lot of water here. So Do things with water, get in flow, um, and know that you're alive to be joyful, to be vital, to transition. Right now, you're going through a transition with this butterfly emerging. Take the leap of faith. It's in reverse, so it's like you haven't quite emerged from your cocoon, right? So maybe right now you're in that cocoon phase, or you're wanting to struggle to push out, and that's where a lot of this is coming from, this chaos and this conflict. And I'm just seeing this fire. It's like this strong, with the number 8, this strong fire, that's coming up, but again, with this mermaid, I feel like I can't even talk. I think it's like Mercury retrograde. I literally can't. My words are getting fumbled up. So maybe that also has to do with some of this conflict and this chameleon. Like, because I'm thinking about, like, some of us are very averse to conflict, right? Like, I know I used to be that way. And it's just started getting used to it, especially when you can pick up how other people are feeling. And I just it just takes practice. It takes practice. It takes time. And, cleanse yourself after, right? Like, things have to be done the way they have to be done. It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable, I'm sure it's very uncomfortable for the caterpillar to come out through and be a butterfly, right? And so that's why it's so important to take care of yourself. But yeah, so that's really what it is. I'm going to leave it at that. Attune to the divine, really get into flow, really take into consideration the way that you feel, the way that the messages you get when you're in peace, in solitude, the things that you enjoy doing, like, just, with this heavy water, I'm just getting, like, take all of that as truths, because your psychic abilities are going to get stronger, and you're going to feel more and more stronger in the steps that you're taking, as I said, it's gonna grow in time. So anyway, I'm gonna leave the reading at that, because I feel like I'm sort of mumbling on, and I don't know, I feel a major uncertainty even in doing this reading as well. And yeah, there's definitely a need to get quiet, and to get away with this, and to cleanse your space, your aura, your chakras, because the more, and maybe there's like some type of, with this, I just got Master Healer, maybe there's some work that you need to do, some Reiki work, some shaman, you could get some shaman work done in order to help open up your chakras, to allow, like, that movement within yourself, so that you can be more of yourself and express more of yourself. Because now I'm picking up the blue and the throat chakra, and maybe that's why I'm struggling to speak and express myself. I feel like I'm not really doing a good job expressing what it is that I have to say about this group. And I think with this blue, it's like, and that comes probably from being an empath and wanting to keep the peace and blending in, is having these blockages. But there's a way that you can do it that is, like this dolphin, just very socially intelligent, and where it can be successful, where you can serve this double mission, where you can grow as an individual, but you can also be yourself and stand out, and serve the collective in some very meaningful way. And then later on, if there are people in your family that you do worry about, know that they're safe, and then also know that you can always come back for some of them that you really care about and think about. But yeah, this is definitely a new beginning for you, because here we have the new moon as well. So anyways, I'm gonna end this reading here. I hope you got something out of this. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys soon. Take care, guys. Bye. All right, group 2 started right at 20 minutes. That's pretty cool. For you guys who picked this Pyrite and this Persist card, may your ripples build the swell. This is your reading, okay? So I'm getting a very like go-getter type energy with this group, and it's cool. I like it. I like it. All right, so moving past the conflict, toxic family. You know what? I feel like you guys are mediators of some sort. And maybe some of you guys are working on, with this page of, we have the mediator card right here. We have the page of swords. And I'm picking, right now I'm picking this page of swords as a student, right? A student of some sort, someone who, see how here he's looking at the sword and just examining it. And I could just see you as putting in the work with this 8 of Pentacles, putting in the skills to be a mediator. Maybe you're a natural mediator. Maybe you're naturally a very loving person. Here we have a Shun, fearless love. You see like the potential, the good in everyone. You're able to see all sides. Like you have an open heart, very understanding, very expansive. Yeah, may you connect to the whole. Like I see you as someone who can connect to others very easily. And you can just see every side of a coin. And so for you guys, with moving past the conflict, I almost feel like, I don't know, I almost want to associate this conflict to what I'm seeing in your future. Because, okay, the message is, I mean, I don't want to get ahead, right? Because I'm projecting now. But the message is really to stay focused, right? So here we have Artemis in focus, you know. She has her bow and her arrow. And what does she focusing on? For me, it's the number 4. So it's creating a foundation, creating stability. I'm getting the Emperor vibe. So it's building a solid structure, building, you know, it's a very divine masculine about, yeah, that go-getter attitude. Just go out, stay focused, and continue on, and don't give up, like you see over here with this 9 of Wands in reverse. Even though it's probably been a very rough ride, you know, and maybe coming from this sort of toxic family background, and with this conflict, it's like you could see them all bruised up and everything like that. But, you know, there's this feeling of, again, being connected, because, you know, usually this 9 of Wands is usually one individual that's here, but, you know, there's someone here with him, right? And so I feel like that you're the type of person that, you know, always can have someone with you, even if, and I'm just getting this with this mediator, and see how she's holding hands. She's able to connect. Like, I'm just getting a strong connection with you. Gift for negotiating fairness, strategy in personal and professional life, respect for both sides of an argument. And that is where your fortune is going to come. Group 2, right? Big fortune, Pyrite. Fortune right here, right? And again, the number 9, don't give up. You're almost there. You're almost there. And, you know, I think our fortune is really about sharing what we have in abundance within ourselves. And for you, it's love. For you, it's love. And I see that as being how you're going to move past this conflict, is to be persistent, to keep going regardless of, may your ripples, sorry about like my pronunciation and things like that. I feel like Mercury retrograde is really throwing off my speech today. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that, but with these ripples, it's really like sometimes the tides are strong and sometimes they're not so strong, right? But in the end, they get to where they need to get to, and that's what persistence is about. But your reading is very much about sharing what is your skill, right? And continuing to master it and get better at it and expand in it. because you really stand out as a person who just loves fearlessly, you know? And you're also a great communicator, I'm getting as well. You have a way of communicating that a way like, in a way that is very um I'm just seeing holding hands. Like it's in a way that is okay, what I'm feeling right now is like, you know what, like I'm getting someone who's very empathetic and like is able to hold someone's hand and feel their energy and feel where they're coming from, and the way that you speak and the way that you communicate, it's like it really resonates with people's spirits, it's just a skill. It's like a very magical skill that you have, and it really really stands out. So people always feel heard and understood by you. They feel connected to you, they trust you. So if you tell them, and I think you have a way as well, like even if you want to call, I don't want to say call someone out, but even if you want, and people envy this about you, because I'm just noticing that right now, people envy the way that you communicate, because it's really something that is divinely gifted to you. This is your fortune, this is your gift, this is what you are meant to share, and where you're going to get your abundance, and this is what's going to help you move past all this conflict. And maybe you were the mediator, or you're that person in your family who is the one to like try and make the peace all the time, right? And it's like, I almost wanted to say is like, because you look pretty beaten up, and sometimes people don't want to change. I mean, I'm not going to get into your family situation, but that skill set, it's like, I feel like it's helped you develop this mediator skill set even more so, because it's like you want to remain connected, and there is a way to communicate when you care and you love someone, that is sensitive, and it's like people can hear you when you talk to them. So whereas somebody like I was saying, like calling someone out, you have a way of calling someone out, but in a very loving and gentle way, in a way that how like spirit calls us out, how spirit teaches us. It's very loving, it's very kind, it's very patient. So when you say something, you're not going to come out super aggressive with it, right? You're going to come out very tactful, and people are really going to respect you. And I'm getting the Emperor again. People respect your authority. People respect, and it's an authority that has been earned. It's not by titles. It's just by who you are. You know what I mean? It's based on your character, the way that they know how you love. And when you see, now I'm seeing her holding a mirror. So it's like when you hold up the mirror to someone to show them something, they take it in a very peaceful and loving and gentle way, and they really are able to hear you because of your energy and because of who you are. It's just very very unique, and because of how loving you are, and they know that you would never try to hurt them. That stands out about you, and so your message is to move past this conflict with your family, is to just keep going regardless of the tide, Now I'm seeing this, and I'm almost seeing it as an iceberg. I know it's not an iceberg. It's like, what do I want to say with that? Like, I'm almost getting like the tide could be heavy, the tide could be, it doesn't matter. You just got to keep going, right? It will eventually bring you to shore. It'll eventually bring you to, I was going to say the promised land, to where you're trying to go, to where you're aiming to go, and see how her aim is aiming to this as well. Is like, it's, sometimes maybe there's some days where you feel like giving up, and your focus just should be on continuing to take whatever step that you can take that day, and so to continue to do this job, whatever it is, because you don't necessarily have to be, a counselor or anything like that. It could be any type of mediator. It could be any type of work that you love that involves people. And it involves getting them to see a different perspective on something, holding up a mirror to them, in some sort of way, Anyway, that is where your fortune lies, okay? So this is where you need to put your focus on, because I see this conflict that you've had to endure in your family as maybe being like a stepping stone in some way to teach you how to continue to love and how to be able to mediate, how to be fair, how to have respect for different sides. And maybe, you know, maybe it's like you want to give up. I don't know. I don't want to get into it because there's not enough cards to get into it. And I don't want to like project. The bottom line of this message is you have an envious quality of being a mediator. And that comes from your ability to love and to, you know, and when I say love is like I just feel it as your heart is so open. And so, you know, with the heart, it connects and it brings together, whereas the mind can sometimes separate and find differences. And I think that you do things from your heart space, and people know that when you're communicating with them, it sits with their spirit and it feels loving, it feels gentle, it feels peaceful. And so that's your message, is to keep going, and to stay focused and to continue to learn all that you can about what it is that you're trying to do. And just continue to get mastery over that, continue to grow your heart and expand, continue to connect with other people, and continue to keep sharing of your fortune and your love and your mediation skills in whatever capacity that is. And there's people that are going to be coming to you. And I feel like you're going to be surrounded by people. You know, all of these cards, this Page of Swords card, usually in the Rider-Waite, does not have, it's just him by himself. This card is usually him by himself, you know, but here it's like doubled. There's people here as well. Same with this Eight of Pentacles. There's someone here with her. So I see you as somebody that people gravitate towards as well. And so always remember this, that you're just so beautiful and divine. Like I just feel like you are, you know, like love is the highest vibration of all. And you know, I could just see this fortune that you have within you, being shared with the world. And, you know, that is going to help you move out of this conflict. And just don't give up, and just keep focused and keep persisting and continuing to expand. So that is your message, Group 2. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give me a like if you'd like, and subscribe to see more videos like this. Take care, guys. Bye. All right, Group 3. Those of you guys who picked the Citrine and Joy in reverse, may you pursue what lights you up. This is your reading for moving past the conflict in your toxic family. Okay, so definitely I want to say that, you know, a big part, okay, let's just try and go, I'm going to try and go in some type of logical order or chronological order. So for starters, it's like, there's this, two of these cards came out across, right? So here we have Persephone and New Beginnings. It's a very spring kind of feeling to it, you know, and I think Persephone does have to do with the spring as well. And you know, we see all these anyway, so New Beginnings came out across, and in the near future came out across. And so, you know, the fact that it is a cross, it really, to me, is signifying that this new beginning is very plausible and can happen. But it's like sort of at this crossroads sort of thing. And it really requires a decision on your part, right? On what you want to do. And so the next aspect of this, and moving past this, has to do with joy, right? We have Citrine right here, which, you know, has to do with joy. And then we have joy right here. May you pursue what lights you up. And, you know, I'm tying this with sacred gratitude, reverent appreciation, and prayer. So, you know, I'm getting a lot of, you know, here we have the number 50, which I think is associated with this conflict. And this desire to have a new beginning, that it is peaceful. See how has her hands pressed up on this tree right here? And with the trees, I just get like a deep sense of stillness. You know, trees are very rooted. They're very still, through the chaos, through the storms. And I really get this strong desire in you to find this peace and this serenity, during these times, right? And it's like, I'm getting that you can imagine Oh my God. Okay. I'm getting with the Seven of Cups is like you can connect. Like, you know what I'm getting? Oh my God. So this is just an example. You can still experience, like it's like the eye of a storm is very peaceful and calm, And I feel like you can still experience joy. You can still experience um, serenity. You can experience peace in your mind, right? And I feel like through doing that, and here's an example. I remember, like, because I'm, a shamanic practitioner, right? And so sometimes, we can merge with different things. And one thing, and with their permission, of course. So there's a tree that's in my front yard that I decided one day, I asked its permission, can I merge with you? And I did, and I found complete stillness. And I remember telling, one of my mentors, I'm like, why would I meditate when I could just merge with a tree? Because, and I wanted to take a nap after. It was the most peaceful and serene thing during the conflict. And I guess the message here with these things being across is just making a decision to find joy and to stick to things that light you up, see here how there's intruders. I feel like he's putting up these boundaries, he's putting up these barriers, right? And he's like, for things not to come in, and this animal's coming in, and he's like, damn it, how did you get in here, because it's like these are the boundaries he's like trying to put up and to block things out. And I think that he's doing so in like a physical manner. He's physically, like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, he's physically putting up barriers, he's physically putting up boundaries, and things keep finding their way in. And I feel like with this reading, I'm getting a big mental aspect. Here we have portal, infinite mind, awakening, consciousness, and it's like this experience is going to help awaken something in your consciousness. The number one, the magician, the power of the mind to grow with this nine of not nine I was going to say Nine of Pentacles, which is, is really about growing and flourishing into an abundant state on your own, right? Regardless of what's going on. Same with this Queen of Pentacles. She has like this Midas touch, this way of taking something and growing it and nurturing it and growing it and further and further and further. And what I'm trying to say with you guys is like, things that will expand, because you have the ability to create and expand things in your mind and bring it into fruition and bring it into reality, right? So for example, like when we have gratitude, and if you practice like gratitude, making a gratitude list, and and then it's like those things will start to grow more in your consciousness and grow more in your reality, and then you'll start to gravitate towards them, and they'll grow and grow and grow. And so instead of trying to control your physical, this is what I'm getting, instead of trying to control your physical environment, because it's like you have some wild animals that are just gonna barge in. I'm getting this as someone just like barging into your space, and you're putting up boundaries. And maybe this is the deal with your toxic family. It's like you try and put up boundaries, they're not respecting the boundaries, they just like trample all over them, and like you're always on guard and always on edge. And that feeling and staying in that vibration, I feel like can create more of that, because that's the power of the mind, right? And so it's like you're being taught here, and this is the crossroads, and this is the decision, and this ability to have this new beginning is if you start to, like the magician, the alchemist, start to pursue what brings you joy, and then start focusing on that, or just not focusing on it, just make a gratitude list, set your prayers, set your intentions, and then continue to show gratitude for that. And these same people are going to eventually start to envy you, because you're going to be shown, like, this is just going to grow, right? Like, look at this Queen of Pentacles. Generous, practical, gracious, materialistic, the ability to make anything more beautiful. That's what I'm talking about, the ability to make anything more beautiful. A love of family and home, be practical about how you proceed. A love of art and beauty, a sensible approach. And so I feel like there is a lot of sense in doing it this way. And it's just the ability to make anything more beautiful. It's like that saying of, having lemons and making lemonade. That's the power of the mind, right? Like here we have the two of Pentacles in reverse, working too hard or multiple jobs. Yeah, so, it's just a lot. It's a lot for you to juggle. This is a lot for you to juggle. And so I feel like there's a level of surrender that needs to take place, because you see here how this person's juggling time, they're juggling money, they're on a tightrope, they're at sea, and it's like the water and the tide is very strong, and it's like they're trying to juggle all these things. And in his chest he has the infinity symbol, which to me is a symbol of the divine rebalancing, right? Like you don't have to do the juggling, the divine will rebalance and take care of things for you in due time, and so that's what I'm getting with your toxic family, is like there's going to be things that the divine will take care of for you with them in due time. Your job is to discover the power of your mind, to discover what lights you up, and to continue to pursue that, and to find your peace, find your serenity, find your stability, and to practice gratitude. And it's going to grow a new it's gonna like unlock a new beginning. And when I say that, the spirit God will rebalance this for you, it's going to be in the near future. It's going to be in the near future. And this new beginning is going to be in the near future. You just have to put in the work and the effort for that right now, right? Yeah, and I feel like this is what your angels are trying to show you, I feel like they're like, no, like, it'll happen in the near future. Like, hey, come take a look at what we see, what we can show you to do. It's like they're wanting to show you what your mind and what your imagination can do, and how you can experience joy, and how you can, it's like growing it and cultivating it like this earth mother. It's like give her a seed, and like all you have to do is plant the seed and to continue to water it each day, little by little. Like that is the magician, that is the Queen of Pentacles. So that's how you can move past the conflict, is not trying to control it and balance it and juggle it and put up these physical barriers and walls. It's more using the power, the mental aspect, the spiritual aspect, and finding your peace, finding your serenity, finding your joy, finding your gratitude, and then just taking like the practical steps that you need to in order to grow it. And soon enough, you're going to have this ability to like really grow this new experience that you're trying to have, and then be able to see and really look into the future with seeing all the other options, that it's like unlocking a new beginning, unlocking new options, and feeling good and feeling serene and stable within it, in a way that like is going to be sort of envious by others. And they're like, I feel like you're the type of person who, because can see this being you, right? That people are like, you don't look like what you've been through, you just don't look like it. Like, look at how beautiful she looks, and how abundant and fruitful she looks. And same with the Queen of Pentacles, just very rich in material. And I just see this as, and they're just sort of sitting there, and it's like all of this stuff is gravitating towards them, right? And this is like the power of our intentions, of gratitude, of like, when you appreciate something, it grows. It's like, I'm thinking of that experiment by what's his name, Dr. Emoto, where it's like speaking into the water, and then it's the water started to form into these crystal patterns that they were viewing under a microscope. And the more beautiful things that were spoken into the water, the more beautiful and symmetric the crystal was. Like the snowflake, it's like a snowflake type thing, right? And then you have you know, what was spoken beautiful words into, what was spoken negative words into, like I hate you and whatever, and then what was neglected. And the worst thing was to be neglected, but there was definitely a stark difference between something that, you know, had beautiful words spoken into. And so this is what, you know, your body is made up of water, and so this is what we're talking about, is like speaking gratitude, speaking joy, you know, and being sure to surround yourself in what lights you up. And this is going to cleanse, I feel like, the water in your body, and it's going to help you manifest what it is that you desire and what you want. And this is just going to unlock a new beginning. You're going to attract it like moths to a flame. And yeah, it's going to be quite envious to others, because they're going to be like, oh, look at her, you know, but you just don't wear, you're not going to be wearing your tough, you know, home life or experience, or the conflict that you've endured. It's not going to be like written all over you, right? It's you're just going to have you're just not going to have that written all over you. So anyway, that is your reading, group 3. If you liked it, please give me a like, subscribe to see more videos, and I will see you guys soon. Take care, guys. Bye. Group 4, welcome to your reading. Those of you who picked this Chalcopyrite and this Journey May You Seek Adventure card, this is your reading on your toxic family and moving past the conflict. So this is how to move past the conflict. So with your group, I'm just getting a lot of confusion, you know, and there's different scenarios in this. I'm getting pulled in different directions in different scenarios. So I feel like this reading is meant for different sort of scenarios, and each one is sort of pulling, you know what I mean? Okay, but I'll start with the common thread amongst them is being, you know, here with water in reverse, right? And here, okay, right in the smack in the middle, we have the 5 of Wands, which is about conflict, right? And water in reverse, and we have the Page of Cups in reverse. So this is really about, water is about emotions. The number 8, strong emotions. And with it being in reverse, it's like, you know, there's a lot of emotions that are brewing inside of you around feeling betrayed. For some of you, it's a feeling of betrayal. And it's maybe this is an emotion that is like you're holding on to, and that for some of you guys, like I will say that you were betrayed. You were betrayed by someone who was meant to protect you, like this lion behind this King of Cups, and it was because they had a desire for something, or a wish for something, or they saw a benefit of some sort for themselves to sort of betray you in some sort of way. And, you know, I'm getting like, for some of you is like, with this Page of Cups in reverse, like I'm getting like, maybe for some of you guys, don't accept an apology from this person. Don't. You know, I just keep getting that, like, I just keep getting a major betrayal of someone who was meant to protect you, and it was all for something. It was for something very like vain or material, not even materialistic, but it was something that they wanted, something they desired, and something that they saw they could really reap a benefit from, and they did so in a very ill-intentioned, or not even ill-intentioned, but it was maybe something that they said, because here we have the 3rd house, right? Maybe it was something that they said was very ill-intentioned, and anyways, regardless, I mean, I'm not saying don't accept their apology. I don't mean it like, anyways, I don't want to get too much into that, but you feel betrayed. For others of you, this has to do with somebody who has wishes, and again, because I'm getting like a someone who's meant to protect you, someone who's a family member. Obviously, we're talking about family, and the conflict comes around your journey and what you're doing, what your wishes are, you know, what you want to do with your life. And I think that maybe they're having a hard time understanding with this third house, what your desire is, with what do you really want, you know, maybe for your life, for your journey. And so they're on your case about it. And that type of pressure or tension is, it's like it's affecting you emotionally, and it's making it harder for you to intuitively know what the conflict is, making it harder for you to intuitively know what you want to do, what road you want to, you know, embark on. And so anyway, that's a different situation. Moving past it, you know, because I keep getting like, wow, I keep getting pulled in these different directions of, this is what the conflict is, this is what this is about, this is what they did. And, you know, but the moving past it part is to really, you know, because I'm seeing, you know, the water right here, right? Water, water, water. You know, this is repressed water, and this need to, like, open it up, right? Open it up. Like, if you are feeling some type of way about what's occurred with this person, these feelings of betrayal, maybe for some of you guys, it's a miscommunication, you know, with this third house and betrayal, of our misunderstanding, because we are all on different journeys, and sometimes communication can get lost in translation, and sometimes, you know, emotions being out of whack can cause conflict in the way that we communicate. But the bottom line of this reading is that you need to really settle these emotions, and you need to release them, right? And a big part of that is to actually feel them, you know, because I feel like there's repressed emotions around this, and I think it's like, maybe there's pressure as well. I'm feeling a sense of pressure, to get out there and to make a lot of changes and to do a lot, like this King of Wands. But then I'm getting like the intuition being blocked, right? Like, you have intuition in reverse. Each person's road to the inner Lord is extraordinary and personal. How liberating to listen inside and sense moment to moment what is needed. And so again, this has to do with this feeling of betrayal, feeling of a lack of support, feeling like the person who support you betrayed you. You know, maybe I feel like they're projecting on, you know, like what this X is with what do you really want, you know, and that's something that you need to figure it out. But it's like, you have to figure it out from a place of peace, right? From a place of serenity. When your emotions aren't all pent up and clouding. Because I'm seeing it as like, you have clear water, and then you have cloudy water or dirty water. And in order for you to see clearly, you're going to have to be able to, for the water to be clear, your emotions to be clear, for them to be settled. And then it's also too, is like, communicating more clearly. And when I'm getting water now too, I'm getting your intentions, I'm getting the Magician, I'm getting Mercury, I'm getting your mind. You know, communicating like, well, what do you really want? You know, setting your intentions for the changes that you want, for what you wish. And if for now it is just to release some of these feelings of betrayal, and just asking like, hey, like, Spirit, I want to release these feelings of betrayal, of feelings of not knowing, or whatever the case is. It's like, you can ask for help to do that. And you can also get help through, like, I'm getting like, even just like an energy clearer, some Reiki, shamanic work, things like that, to help sort of like remove some of this stuff, right, that's lurking in the background. Because right here, I almost see like a person over here, a man and a dog. It's probably not that, but that's what I'm seeing, is like a man over here, and he's lurking from, you know, behind, and it's like something that's like haunting you in some sort of way. And that has to be removed in order for your heart to be able to see clearly. Your heart has to be clean. It has to be clear. And because this is a very personal journey, each of one of us have our own roadmap to success. We're all here with a different destination, so we can't always follow what other people think that we should be doing or what their wishes are for us. It's really about determining what it is, and your journey is going to help unfold that for you. And this part of your journey right now is really about dealing with some of these emotions, these repressed emotions, these blocked emotions. Maybe it's just, may you seek adventure, maybe getting out there, taking your mind off of these things will help you determine what it is. Because I'm almost getting like you're going to discover it almost, I don't want to say by accident. Like you see here how there's like this box of treasures, and this person, it's almost like they just found it and they opened it and they're like, oh my God, this is what it is. And it's like this burst of energy and happiness that comes, right? And I feel like you have this treasure, and this is the journey, is finding this treasure. It's like a treasure hunt in a way. And it's the treasure that's within you. But then it's like when you find that treasure within you, because you've cleared away all the shit, then it's like you can attract that treasure outside of you, and that sort of thing, if that makes sense. So sometimes X marking the spot is really just setting your intention to do just that. And to you know, when I started the reading, I said, don't forgive this person. Like, and I don't want to say don't forgive. I mean, obviously we forgive. I mean it in like, if this person is causing you grief and conflict, and is holding you in this state of like, where your emotions are just like, you're constantly in the state of being pent up and your intuition is constantly blocked, it's time to venture out and seek other things and other people, because I'm almost getting a really dark energy. I feel like this person is like lurking behind you, and even if they're not there physically with you, it's like, you know, when you have the voice of like, say someone's always growing up, someone's always repeated something to you over and over and over again, it reaches a point where it's like you start saying that stuff to yourself. It's always lurking in the back of your mind, you know, or it's lurking in the back of your heart. It's lurking in your emotions. And it's like you have to almost get rid of that. And that's where the change takes place, you know? And for you guys, I see that this is going to be like a journey, right? But it starts with the way you think, the way you communicate, and just starting small, you know, which is just like, hey, I need my intuition. I need to let go of these emotions. I need to just let go of this stuff. I need to maybe avoid certain people. I need to cleanse my energy. I need to cleanse my chakras. I need to spend time around water. I need to get unblocked. And all will be revealed. I'm going to find that, I'm seeing it like a treasure hunt. You're going to find it along your journey, right? But sometimes we have to be courageous enough, like this King of Wands, to let go and make changes, and be bold, and just get rid of what's not working. And if this person, this Aunt Nancy, whoever this person is, you know, maybe a fire sign, anyway, it doesn't matter. Maybe there's just struggles in the way you guys communicate and the way, just the whole thing. And that's what I mean by, don't let anyone keep you stuck, right? Because it's like that saying of, you can't heal in the same environment where you've been like repeatedly injured, you know? You just can't. You can't do it. And I mean, it doesn't mean you physically have to move, but then at least you have to have some type of psychological barriers around that person, so they can't keep injuring you and keep forcing you to continuously have to heal. Because if you have to keep healing your emotions and all this stuff, it's like you're not going to be able to move forward in your journey. You know what I mean? So it's deciding, like, what do you really want? You don't really need for this person to approve of you. It's not about your journey is not about what their wishes are, and stuff like that. And maybe once you get more clear and you work on this stuff, and maybe you love this person, you know, when you get clear on what it is that you want, you're going to be in a better position to really communicate it with that person, and you know, and things may be different, right? So yeah, so that's your reading, group 4. I hope it was helpful for you, please give it a like. If you liked it, leave me a comment if you wish. I'd love to read it, and subscribe to see more videos like this. Take care, guys. Bye.